talked about
Why
this.
do women want to be married?
Okay,
What's the thing about, is it like security?
It's security, it's
safety.
so
It's security's knowing that like if we divorce, I know I'm gonna get half the bag.
There you go.
Well,
is that the security the girl's looking for?
Can I say something?
Why do I gotta sign this piece of paper to show you that I really love you? Like, is that for real?
Marriage is something
overrated.
that I don't see it's overrated. I have my parents are married, my sisters are married. I value marriage still.
But you're not married though.
Pop out kids
for a man. What if you get married, have a kid, and he divorce you?
Yeah, then you're an ex-wife.
You're a baby
You're
mama.
an ex-wife. There's a difference.
You're a baby mama.
You're an ex, and at the end of the day,
so your title make a difference if you a baby mama or an ex-wife. Oh, I want to be called an ex-wife. You still
it's not the point. So there has been like Lex P and Drea Nicole went on from Poor Minds that came on our show. They went on Cam Newton's show. Yeah, love them. Love those women, first of all. Down, okay? Both of them. They went on Cam's show, and Cam was basically talking about, there's a viral clip that's going around everywhere because Cam is obviously in a public relationship. And the conversation started by Cam saying, like, I don't get how people can be dating someone and in a full-blown relationship with them, but then they want to hide them on social media and stuff. He's like, I'm not with that. Like, people know who my girl is. And so one of the girls were like, well, you also have to remember that not all relationships are what they seem online either, though, because people be having relationship goals, like the Christy and the Desmond Scott and all this, and you don't even know what's going on behind closed doors. And he's like, so you don't really know what people's relationship actually look like.
That's why you never make the celebrity the standard. That is foolish. You need to look at the people around you who are healthily married in long-term relationships.
And he was like, well, what does my relationship look like to y'all? And they said, it looks like hell.
It's tricky.
They said it looks bad. And she was like, I'm not gonna say it's like bad, but I'm not gonna say it's good. And one of them said, it looks like hell, literally. Like, I do not want to, they drag her so much for everything.
They got 2 kids, right?
I think they have 1 kid or maybe 2, I don't know. But like, they for sure have kids. He has obviously multiple other children.
And they're not married.
They're not married, they live together. So their whole thing, he was like, why? Like, they were like, I don't understand. That girl wants to be married for sure. Like, the fact that you haven't married her and y'all living together.
They can't speak that on him, on her. They don't know how she feel. How she said.
Well, he kind of agreed to that. Okay. He was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why they dragged her so hard is because she is a personality herself. Really beautiful girl. And she's a public figure. And before she was even with him, and she would always just talk about like how women don't need to be stupid and deal with men with different baby mamas and this and that and all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then now you're with this man who has multiple baby moms, you live with him, or like don't live with a man before you're married and all this stuff. And so now they drag her because they're like, you said all of this stuff and now you're with this man.
Well, she chose that life. Cam spoke on that. Of course, any woman wants marriage. But at the same time period, is she happy? Are they thriving? Is he taking care of her? Is he willing to still be the man in her life that she's looking for? Seems like it's okay. It seems like everybody else outside perspective that's trying to put that on Cam instead of the choices that she chose. If she preached against it, why is she in it?
And he has not married you. You've had 2 of his children. You live in his home. And it's like, where's the intention on marrying this person? You know what I'm saying? And Cam has made it known, like, I love this girl. He's not saying he's not going to marry her. He's not saying that. You know what I mean? But they're just like, from the outside looking in, it doesn't look like a relationship goals. Like, I want to be her, and you. It's not giving that. You know what I mean? Especially because a lot of the stuff in his opinions and that he says on the show or whatever the case is.
I just want to say one more thing. You know what's sad? People will look at relationships, someone older, grandfather, grandmother type relationship, and they don't want that either. So you got somebody that's with the millionaire, living it up, the high life. I'm talking about a life that most people could only imagine, dream of. That's a problem. But then your grandfather and grandmother, you don't want to live that relationship because you feel like you ain't have nothing. You ain't have no say. The stereotype, he probably beat her. He probably cheat on her. So you don't want that life and you don't want the rich life. What do you want?
What's your thoughts on that?
like my thoughts on this with Cam Newton is, I feel like based on just seeing his interviews and seeing how they talk, I feel like he been straight up with her. Like she knew, like I said, with the Cardi B and stuff, what she was stepping into.
Right.
For sure.
Right? And the thing is, like, why does marriage make things better? Like, if they're happy how they are, let them be happy.
But they're not. She wants to be married.
She not happy? How you know?
I mean, I'm saying she wants to be married. Like women, we've talked about this.
Why do women want to be married?
Okay,
What's the thing about, is it like security?
It's security, it's safety.
So it's security's knowing that like if we divorce, I know I'm gonna get half the bag.
There you go.
Well,
is that the security the girl's looking for?
Can I say something? When you're a woman and you invest all your time and energy in a man,
security is being with me, up under me.
Listen to what I'm saying. You're asking a question.
Yeah, you're right.
So security, we've talked about this before with them on the show, and you agreed. The thing about it is as a woman, when you're investing your time, your energy, your resources, and everything you have into a man, I'm making my life about you and helping you. That's the mission. Like we're doing this together. The woman is always like the second player to the man. Like I'm here, I'm behind you, I'm packing your bag, I'm making your straight, I'm doing this, I'm making sure.
Now in 2026, man, we live in a world of equality. You can do the same things that guy can do. You can still work. You can still be a supporting cast member. And we all know that guy's going to overly invest in you. So this whole dynamic that, the woman's going to be right here slaving behind the guy, man, that's a fallacy, man. Most guys are still overly pouring into their female because they want to make sure that she stays happy and stays there. So I don't understand where we still put the standard to where women is just doing the most. And I don't see that to be true. I feel like it's still going to be half and half between what guys and females do for each other.
House is straight. I'm like, my life is yours. Like her life is like his now. Like she had a whole career, but like mainly it's now about him and making sure he's straight. So what ends up happening is I made this and I invested all this time and energy, all this thing for you not to fully 100% commit to me in that way. If something was to happen to you in the hospital, they're not gonna say, where is his girlfriend? Are you his wife? Okay, well, where is his mother? Are you this? They might even go to the next wife before they go to the girlfriend.
Now, I understand that for legal documentation purposes, that's more the reason behind why I actually got married. Me and my wife was together for like 11 years before I got married. I was against it. I'm one of them guys where I didn't want to get the government involved, but the thoughts did come through my head if something serious were to happen that she's actually labeled as my wife. But there's ways to get around that, especially as a multi-millionaire guy. He can definitely label her and appoint her to certain things. I still understand the game that Cam is playing because he's on a different level, just being honest.
That makes a girlfriend feel not secure at the end of the day. Like if anything was to happen, you don't have no say. You don't have no precedence over nothing. When you're the person who spent every waking day with this man, you know his ins and outs. You know him probably better than anyone because who you're in an intimate relationship with, they know you better than everyone because you're with them every damn day. You see every flaw, you see everything. So as a woman, it's security because women are looking to men to be this person and the men are looking to the woman to cater to them, to make their life. If they need something, we're dropping everything to be there. It's all these things. So when anything happens or anything, we don't get no say at the end. Like women want that safety and security. It's not just about the money. It's about being able to say like, I'm his wife. Like I can make these decisions. I can feel this. And men treat it a certain way too. We had a conversation on the phone where you said, on the last episode where you were like, a wife should sit in the front. A girlfriend should sit in the back. Men say things like that and you wonder why a woman wants to be a wife. Like, I don't want to be the girl having to sit in the back seat. I want to be the wife. Like men take that seriously. Other people take that more seriously than you saying, I'm your girlfriend.
Okay, how about this? Would you just get married under the covenant of religious or spiritual practices opposed to the state? I love to see that question answered because back in the day, there was no government contracts. If you got married, it was between the families and probably a religious form of an institution or a spirituality practice. So if you're willing to take that, I'm curious, would you still take it like that?
So sorry that women want to feel like they actually have a say and want to be that person. Like, period.
There's
a difference between I was your ex-wife and I was your baby mama. There's a difference. Having a kid and now I'm your ex-wife versus having a kid and I'm your baby mama, it's a way different thing. It's a respect thing, and it's for a woman to feel that safety and security, period, point blank.
All right.
If you get divorced,
I heard what you said.
All right.
So, in saying that, without getting married, and I would tell you, security is a bill that costs money. I can give you security without marrying you.
That is true.
You know why? Because if I say, hey, you know what, baby, I know, you live with me, we're together, we got a kid, and I take care of your life. But you know what? I want you to feel safe. So how about this as security? As a guy with money like Cam, say, hey, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get you this house on the side while we together. Boom, get you this house. I'm gonna give you, put this in your bank account. Boom, all of that. I'm gonna put you in my will. So if it go bad tomorrow, we got this.
That's some serious security right there. Most regular guys cannot offer that. That's why you really can't keep certain people satisfied, because it's always going to be this. You got to find somebody simplistic to match your energy.
You ain't gonna feel secure?
It's like I said, it's different.
That's what marriage give you. Marriage give you all those things. So when I pass, if we marry, you get it. So I'm gonna give it to you before I pass without getting married. So
like
is that
I
security?
said, like
no,
I
real?
said,
That's real talk.
No,
that's
if
real.
I give you a crib and I throw a certain amount of dollars in your account, pay for, boom. If I die tomorrow, you ain't gonna feel secure. Because
it's not the same though. Because
What's
like
the
I said,
you gonna make the decision. I put you in my will.
So what is the two
It's no
things?
difference.
Why did you say this then? Why did you say that the wife could sit in the front and then the girlfriend could sit in the back? What is the difference then? When we're talking about sitting in the car, and if the mom is in the car, if it's the wife, she sits in the front.
Ride.
But it doesn't matter. What you also said that if you're playing basketball on the court, the wife is off limits, but the girlfriend is not. You could talk about someone's girlfriend, but you can't talk about their wife. There is a difference in the respect level and even how a man views a woman when you are married.
At the level that
Okay, I understand where she's coming from. There is going to be a big difference when you exalt someone to wife. But guess what? What if she wifey without the government contract? Are you still accepting it? Are you still accepting it though?
Cam is that you can't talk about my girl. It's just everybody else. Like me as a man, as a public figure, you talking about my girl, it's up.
All I'm saying is...
what you talking about, my boy? You can't just say anything.
I think
it's different on a celebrity level, though. I'm telling you, things are always different.
Whatever. Why, though, do you feel like... Because I think, because of celebrity, I don't like that because you make it different
because our stuff is more public.
I understand that, but I still feel like it makes it worse because now I'm just your long-term girlfriend living with you, and
you worried about the perception? What everybody else think?
It's not about that. It's about how a woman feels at the end of the day. As a woman, I feel that you're not willing to make that commitment to me. Then I'm cool. Period. Point blank.
Sound like control.
You even said on the show, if a man doesn't propose within 1 year of living each other and you're past the age of 33, you shouldn't with him.
3 years.
You said 1 year of living with each other. Yes, I can pull the clip, Darnell.
I said 3 years.
You said 1
3
year.
years.
Pull the clip and put it right here. Please.
No,
pull the clip and put it right here.
Said 3
and
years.
if I'm right, what? Because you said 1 year. I know exactly what you said.
You can get a dinner anywhere you want, unlimited amount on the dinner. And you can bring whatever friends up to 3.
I don't want that. I want something different. So,
you done already had that.
I'm cool on that. I want that.
You see what I mean? Even that ain't good enough no more. She said, I need something better, man. Once they experience so much, it ain't nothing else to experience.
I'll send you on a trip. With you and your friends.
Okay.
After 33, he get 1 year.
Pulled the clip.
I ain't mad at
Of
that.
living with each other, though.
Okay.
Live with each other. 1 year,
Okay.
he got to make a decision.
I feel you on that. I'm not mad at that.
I think that's what it should be.
That's cool.
Well, those are receipts. Definitely. I guess you got to take her on a trip. Here's the thing about it, the whole 1 year thing, man. Like I said, I was with my woman for 11 years before I even thought about doing any marriage. But guess what? I know I wasn't going nowhere. She wasn't going nowhere. It's going to still be dependent upon the type of guy you got and the type of options that you have in front of you. Most people still just ain't leaving a woman if they really like and appreciate her. Most of the time when shit really hit the fan, usually women be the ones that end up breaking it off. And if you got a guy that's, very capable of getting other women, he might possibly break it off. But why did you still choose that guy if you was going to even have to worry about that potentially? Get with a guy that will worship you and be with you through the thick and the thin on your side instead of worrying about, oh, man, he going to find somebody better. He's probably going to upgrade me. Don't get an upgradable guy.
But yeah, I'm right, 100%. So you said that. So well, now what? Like you change your views so often that it confuses people because you say this and then you turn around and say this,
Security
and it's like
it's about
it's
the
not
money.
just security.
It is about the money.
It's about having you know what it is too.
Security is about the money.
It's not. But are you listening to me? I'm saying it's not just about security. Why women want to be married. It's about knowing that you're willing to make that commitment to someone. I'm willing to admit. No. If you're not willing to marry me, you're not willing to make that commitment to me. And me personally,
marriage is overrated.
Here you go.
Oh shit.
It is.
We get into it.
Like, why do I gotta sign this piece of paper to show you that I really love you? Like, is that for real? Why do we gotta get the government involved? Like, I love you.
That's for real.
Like, you live with me. I take care of you. I'm doing all these things for you. I love you. Why do I have to get married because everybody say that's the
It's not because everybody says it. It's because I feel like marriage is something
overrated.
that I don't see it's overrated. I have my parents are married, my sisters are married. I value marriage still.
Longest
But you're not married though.
that you've ever been in a relationship?
5 years.
So, like, if you were married for 5 years, what's the difference?
What do you mean? It means there's a bigger commitment. You can't just walk away like that. You have to actually...
Yeah, because you're going to get stung like a bee.
You have to actually put in more work and this and that.
You got to put in more work. What's the difference?
The difference is when you're married...
If we live together and we've been together 5 years and we live together 5 years, what's the difference from being married? The only difference is it's going f the man.
Facts.
That is the difference. That's the only difference. It's no benefits to the man. It's only beneficial to the woman. What benefits is it to the man to be married for 5 years or be with you for 5 years living?
No benefit. And that's coming from a married guy. There is no benefit. It's not going to be no difference. It's going to be meant to appease the woman, and that is coming from a married man right now.
Like, I'm still doing all the same things, all the things that married couples do, but the only difference is when we break up, now it's going to be an ugly breakup. A clean breakup is when you're together. You could be a clean breakup, and it ain't gonna be no It's more animosity on a breakup in a marriage than it is in a relationship. It's way more. In a relationship, y'all can still be cool. In a marriage, y'all gonna be tripping with each other because y'all gonna be fighting over all this other possessions. That's so. So
you're anti-marriage.
No, I'm not anti-marriage.
You seem like you're anti-marriage.
The facts.
Yeah,
that's the
you're
facts.
Anti-marriage.
I've been married. That's the facts of marriage.
Yeah, but you're saying you're cool on marriage. You're not getting married.
He already been there, so that means he understands the trials and tribulations that come with it. It can be costly. It could be a headache. It could be detrimental to someone's psyche. Man, you know how many people don't recover after marriage? And when I say people, I mean men. A lot of them do not recover. I had a father who was a habitual marriage guy, and yeah, he made a lot of mistakes, and he was able to recover, but man, that man had to damn near work the skin off the bone to recover through them. Now, were there his own bad mistakes? Yes, he took some L's, just being honest. But like I said, men still ultimately want to be married, but a lot of guys are just starting to see through the lies.
I will get married again.
I don't think you should because you don't seem happy about it. Marriage seems crazy to you. Me personally,
I don't regret marriage.
I personally feel like I don't want to. I believe in marriage, and I have actually seen successful marriages.
I just want society to believe that like marriage is an American or a worldwide thing that we feel like that's when you've made it. Like that ain't like.
It's not about that's when you made it. Like I think that's what you're equating it to. I don't even think it's that. Like there's so many reasons and why
I can make you feel secure without being
it's
married.
Not about that. It's like there's like I already told you, there's so many reasons. It's not just security. It's about commitment. It's about taking a vow to really be with each other no matter what happens. Like it's about really deciding like we're gonna take this next step.
The marriage
I'm not saying the paper does that, but it makes it official. And it takes
may be harder to break up, and it's harder to break up because what's at stake because of marriage.
Right. So I'm not going to go back and forth. If
That
you,
possibly might make it more valuable at the same time. The risk, the stake that's involved. Some people was like, you know what? I'd rather not break this up. Maybe catch devil's advocate. Maybe it is beneficial because it now stops people from listening to their emotions sometimes, or just going off of the feels and actually going to the reals to say, damn, we got too much assets tied together. We got our families tied together. Damn, we might just need to stick it out. We already old. Fuck it. Let's just stay in it. Maybe it is a protection point behind it. When you really look at it to that degree, I start seeing it to where damn, they might be protecting people from themselves, the male and the female.
you don't want to get married, don't get married again. I know that I'm going to get married one day, and I feel like I'm going to value my marriage because I think that marriage is important because there's reasons why in which a woman
And
feels
this is
like...
why I say marriage is for older people.
I'm not an older person. Like, what do you mean? I want a real family. I don't want a broken family. I don't want to be a baby mother. If as long as I'm not married to you, I will be a baby mother, and I'm not going to be that. I'm never going to pop out kids for a man.
What if you get married, have a kid, and he divorce you?
Yeah, then you're an
baby
ex-wife.
You're a baby
You're
mama.
an ex-wife. There's a difference.
You're a baby mama.
You're an ex-wife.
If you get married, have a kid, and break up, you're
an
baby mama.
ex-wife. You're not a baby mama, and there's a difference.
What's
You
the
made that
difference?
commitment.
Like I can say, this is my baby mama.
It's the same.
Yeah,
Currently-
but you don't though.
Currently, you're my baby
yeah,
mama.
but you don't say that.
Why
You have
not?
an ex-wife and you have a baby mom,
Like
and
if
that's
you-
what you say. So
I
you
don't-
don't
I don't-
say
how
that.
do you know what I say?
Because I hear you talk. You've talked about it on the show publicly. So what are you talking about?
I would say you adopt both titles because I can refer to you as my baby's mother and I can refer to you as my ex-wife because guess what? Let's say we didn't have kids, you'd just be the ex-wife. But guess say we have a kid, I can still say, yeah, that's my baby mother. She was my ex-wife. It's the same goddamn thing. Just being honest.
Like you, it's true. It's true. When you have an ex-wife, you have an ex-wife. When you have a baby mama, you have a baby mama.
I'm be like, if my ex-wife right there, and be like, this is my mother's kid. I don't say that. You don't think I say that?
I don't know what you say, but what the point is I know for a fact there's a difference, and at the end of the day,
So your title make a difference if you a baby mama or an ex-wife. Oh, I want to be called an ex-wife. You still
it's
ex.
not the point. You just moving on because you just want to fight, be anti-marriage. I don't think that you should even get married because you're gonna have resentment if you get married
I have no
again.
resentment toward nobody.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move on because I can't argue you down. People have different values. People have different values on what they want and what they don't want, and I think that people should be clear on that because I feel like if you don't want marriage, find someone who doesn't want marriage. If you want marriage, find someone who wants marriage. You can't convince people to want what you want. Like
We're going to end it right there. It seems like she is conceding. Silky P took the W. Respect. Hey, the pajamas is definitely pajama, man. I'm going to have to get me a set of the Silky P's because them shit's clean as hell. Let's just sit back for a little second, guys. Let's just have a little chit chat about the whole marriage thing. If you really want it in your life, man, that's advice I'm not sitting right here saying I'm even giving advice out. I'm just literally just reacting to the things that I see online that bring me entertainment and bring me education. You know, I look at these videos as entertainment and education at the same damn time. But there's some things that we can't give you advice on. And because you're going to have people that still want to experience the confines of marriage, you know. So it's really going to be up to how you feeling. You know, and I think you should definitely make a good, educated decision on doing it. Don't get me wrong. If I had to go back again, here's the thing about it. There's a lot of things in place to still protect women from certain situations. So even if you're, shacking up with a female, you might not be able to get around it because of common law marriage. If you're only worrying about finances, here's the thing about it. The finance part is only going to come into play when you actually have something to lose. A lot of people who possibly could get married, they don't have really too much to lose asset-wise. The worst thing that's going to hurt you probably is having a kid because now you really locked in for 18 plus years, 20-something years because of child support. So you can't run around that. But let's say, alimony, things like that, asset splitting. If y'all under common law, there's a chance that you still gonna get caught up just like you being married. So now you gotta mitigate even more risk. Now you're not gonna live with her. So there's only so many loopholes that you can actually run through to try and fight against what society has in store for you if you do there's gonna be pros and cons to everything. It's gonna be pros and cons. I see pros while being married, but there can also be cons too, depending on the type of guy that you are. And if you don't already know yourself and know exactly what you want, and you don't let your significant other know exactly what you want, it could be detrimental because now it's gonna be a one-sided track to where she's gonna be thinking things are gonna be a certain way. You might have ulterior motives, which, being honest, a lot of guys sometimes end up still have those motives because guys kind of move in silence with some of their secrecies. Just being honest, not all guys, but then you still have some that still move in secrecy, and we all know we can't really tell women the truth. So now you end up possibly living a double life, and then let's say your wife not on board with that. That can, run straight for a divorce situation. So I think if you are going to get married, just giving advice to any guy, like I said, I made mistakes in the past as well. I'm not no goddamn saint, and I don't come online trying to be no saint. So I think what will be probably smart, in which people say you can't be honest, but I think you definitely have to be very honest and upfront as much as possible, to where you can at least get a little mini foundation of what you believe in and what you want her to kind of understand before you just getting into something, trying to present yourself to be a perfect guy and you possibly not. Or like the thing about it, to where you just with someone for the long haul, you have that happen as well. And it happens. And if someone's really with you because they really love and appreciate you, they're gonna be there. The thing about it is, women, they can get with the guy who willing to pull out the paper. I know saying some of these guys don't want to marry or commit, I think that's a fallacy, because it still boils down to who you choose. Y'all have ultimate choosing power still, because y'all get the most influx of options. Now, you still going to have to, shuffle through all those resumes, and they not all going to be perfect or whatnot. You're going to find some things that's probably going to be some bullshit, but you still get the opportunity to. So since you get the opportunity to, with great power comes great responsibility. Now you have to choose wisely as to the guys that's probably going to be more marriage-minded or guys that's going to be more fun-minded. It's going to be a trade-off. You ain't going to be able to get everything. You just not. Unless you end up getting the most power in the world. And guess what? It's still going to be small trade-offs. You might think you can get things and compartmentalize things, but you still might not be able to get maybe all of it in a one package, because nobody's built up of all great characteristics. You're going to have to get some cons with them pros. So for the guys out there who's just really on the fence about it, follow your heart in your pockets. Just being honest. Really make conscious decisions. I think that's where the logic need to comes into play. Listen to guys who've already been down that road. See what they tell you. If you have women that's very beneficial, I definitely think you should take care of what you get into, what you start. I think that's just more having good moral character and wanting to keep good people around you. I think it's beneficial to still make sure that you take care of women that you end up trying to just sleep with and have babies with. That's why I really resonate with a lot of the guys who still say their baby mamas are still a part of them, even though they're not together. That's like you having a village or or a tribe or whatnot. Now, granted, once you start bringing other guys into it, the woman, that's kind of like, okay, it's a little crazy at that point. But I understand that when you create a life with someone, you damn near, you still need to be connected. I think that's how they did it more in the past, but times have changed. Things are a lot different now. But let me get y'all thoughts on this, man. I'll make sure I have the link in the description so y'all can watch it in y'all entirety. Man, y'all just shoot in the comments also on how your day going, things that you possibly want to talk about, things that y'all want to see. I definitely appreciate hearing from y'all. I definitely appreciate seeing y'all comments, y'all back and forth or whatnot. Definitely be hilarious. Some of y'all be funny as hell. I'm not even gonna lie with the comments, but yeah, man, I just want to get y'all thoughts on that. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all hype the video as well. I appreciate the people who comment that they hype the video. Definitely appreciate that for sure. And this is your guy JayBReacts, y'all. And until next time, peace.